I'm Tiffany Young for IdeateTV, and I'm here with Deric Hughes, and we just got out of a awesome panel about writing in the industry. And so we want to talk to Deric about his experience and his story. What's your story? How did you get into writing?
Well, it's a long story, but the short, I'll try to truncate it.
Okay.
Storytelling has been a part of my life ever since I was a kid. I'm half Japanese, and so, grew up on anime, comic books. We're at Comic-Con, right? So I'm a nerd at heart. But also, sports was the other part of my life, and I thought I was going to be pursuing a career in track and field. But because of a series of events that sort of sidelined me from that, I started concentrating on writing, and I started working in the business and just slowly pursuing things. And it was a series of events that happened where, because I just never gave up and I knew that I wanted to do this, that I met the right people, started talking to the right people, learning more about the business, and at the same time, the most important thing, writing every day. And then I met my writing partner, and then we wrote together. We've been writing together 16 years. But it took us about 8 years to break into television. But before that, we were doing comic books, video games, new media. And then when we got on our first show, which was called Warehouse 13, that's where our career really started taking off. And so now 4 shows later, here I am.
And you said you were in the military too?
I was in the military. I was in the Marine Corps.
Wow, cool.
Long time ago.
Nice. Okay. So you kept that dream alive. Like you wrote every day, and you said it was just like something that you always knew, like inside, that you were going to be a writer.
Yeah, writer. I was like, when I was a kid, though, I thought I was going to be a comic book artist because I like to draw. And so my dream was to write at Marvel Comics and draw Marvel Comics, until I realized I do not have that talent to do that part. Maybe writing, but not so much the drawing. I still love to draw, but it's a different muscle and a different animal, and much respect to a lot of my friends that can do it. But it knew that storytelling. I knew maybe I was gonna write books because I love Stephen King, Piers Anthony, Isaac Asimov, all these fun books, and I was reading is sci-fi, fantasy. Again, part of my DNA, part of my wheelhouse, as we described in there. And I didn't know exactly where it was going to land me, but I knew I was going to land in this place, in this world.
You mentioned a friend that you kind of broke into the business with.
Yes.
Do you both write together, and how did you meet that friend?
My writing partner, Benjamin Rabb, I met in a comic book store. And
really?
Yes.
That's so random.
It is. It's like my friends say I have a mutant power, which is I'm able to meet the right people at the right time at the right place, and that's part of the networking, especially
that's a great superpower.
And so the first person that I met who became my writing mentor, his name is Ashley Miller. We met at the LA Comic Book Convention waiting for the X-Men trailer to start. And my story is that we were up on the second floor jockeying for position, and we knew that, hey, we're either going to fight or we're going to talk. And then we started talking, and then discovered that he had just started working on a show called Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda. And he had just moved out here from Washington, D.C., be out here in Los Angeles. And I did that cardinal sin of like, hey, I've been writing. If you got a moment, I'd love for you to read something. Which they always say, don't. But if you can fill, and you suss somebody out, and we were talking and stuff, and I felt comfortable enough asking, and he actually did read a script of mine, and then over dinner he was saying, look, I see no reason why you can't make it in this business. But he imparted 3 bits of words of wisdom that I impart onto anybody that wants to write in this business. It's just 3 simple things. 1, write every day. 2, if you're not writing something, you're reading something. And 3, the most important lesson of all, finish things. It's like, that's because in this business, you have to have a script. You have to have, especially if you want to be a writer. And it should not be taking you 2 years to write a screenplay.
Wow.
No.
That's some good advice. That just answered my question. I was going to ask you to give some advice to some aspiring writers out there, but that's great. And you're very close with this mentor still today.
Oh yeah. He's one of my Ashley Miller and Zach Stentz. They wrote X-Men First Class, Thor, wrote on Fringe, and now they're writing a bunch of different stuff. And yeah, he's one of my close friends. Came down to Comic-Con with him, and he's wandering the hall someplace or something like that with him. So yeah.
That's so great. Is there anything upcoming that you're really excited about that
as far as
you can talk about?
Right now, my writing partner and I, we're working on Scream Season 3 for MTV. We just came off The Flash. We were writers on Season 3 of The Flash. is this season 3? Yeah, season 3 of The Flash. God, I can't keep track anymore. And so we're writing on it's a brand new cast, brand new direction. Gonna be shot hopefully in Atlanta, coming out next year. And then we have a couple other projects. We can't talk about them just yet, but we definitely do have plans. So big plans for 2017, 2018.
Cool. Where do we find you on like social media and stuff?
You can reach me at, or follow me at DBlackanese on Twitter.
I like that. I like that.
And Instagram.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. All
So
right.
that's
Well,
it.
thank you. It was so nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Cool. We wish you the best of luck and all the success in the world.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
All right.